What's going on, everybody? This is Big Daddy Cool here for another Monday Night Raw edition of Unpopular Review. Lots to discuss as tonight was Legends night for Monday Night Raw. We had Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee in a banger of a match. We're going to be talking about all of the show. We talk about the legends that showed up, the match, and which surprise former... fuck it, I'll just tell you. It's fucking Goldberg. Goldberg was on the show tonight, and we're going to talk about Goldberg and why everybody's upset and more Goldberg. Goldberg. That's what we're going to be talking about. Hit me on the other side. This is Unpopular Review, WWE Monday Night Raw review show. See you on the other side. What's going on again? This is Big Daddy Cool here for Unpopular Review. Before we get started and I introduce my co-host for this evening, I want to make sure that you are reminded to please smash that like button. If you're watching us on Facebook, Twitter, on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, heart, do all of that stuff. Please support Unpopular Review. We're begging you to expand the UPR universe. So yes, please make sure you do that. Subscribe and like the show. We're a lot of laughs. Joining me tonight, Monday Night Raw, is none other than my co-host usually for Monday Night Raw, and that is the technician, Dave. What's going on, buddy?
Steven, what's going on, man? Hope you guys like the new setup. I am in. That is right. I have moved once again. This is like the second time I've moved this year. But yeah, Steven, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I'm a little pissed off about Monday Night Raw, but it is what it is. We've got a lot to discuss. Joining us as well is
we're not alone.
We're joined again graciously by I want to call her the first lady of Unpopular Review Monday Night Raw, and that is Katrina Storm. Katrina, what's going on?
Hey guys.
How's it going?
What's going on?
Okay.
Very good. I like the blue hair today.
Yeah.
Very good. We're gonna later on. Maybe we're gonna get some of your thoughts on night one of Wrestle Kingdom. We'll talk about that. I didn't watch it, but just a couple of thoughts because I think night two is probably right after this show ends. So it's just nonstop wrestling. Just watch us, and then watch Wrestle Kingdom, and then it'll be Wednesday, I guess. I don't know. Lots to discuss. I want to just kind of briefly go over what happened on Raw tonight because there was a lot of things. Most importantly, Drew versus Keith Lee was a really good match. And then we had Randy Orton stalking a bunch of legends. We had at least 10 to 12 different legends on the show. And then we also had an appearance by Goldberg. So I guess that'll start our show, but let's start with this Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee match. It lasted the good portion of the last hour of Monday Night Raw.
1 second.
Let's start with you, Katrina. What did you think of this match between Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee?
The match was actually really good. I love Drew McIntyre. That's like Bay and all, cute Bay. But him and Keith Lee actually, not that I was surprised, because Keith Lee, when he actually is doing, outside of last week where he kind of gave me a little bit of questionable vibes, like he looked a little tired. He seemed okay this weekend. It was a nice hard-hitting match. I'm glad Drew, as he should have, retained. I feel like Drew should at least hold on the belt at least until WrestleMania. And then I think I'll be okay if they take it from him or whatever. But then after all of that, and then that nonsense with Goldberg, just I'm just so fucking mad. Excuse my language. I was just so upset. Like I'm just like, I saw when he was a few days ago on Twitter talking crap, and he was like he was going to challenge anybody. He will fight anybody, and I was like, bro, can we not? Can we just no? Can we just stick to being like Donald Trump and just keep typing nonsense on Twitter, but don't show up, and then I see him, and I'm just like, so this is what the F we're doing today. And I was very upset. I was just, it's like, I cannot stand Goldberg. I hate him more than I hate Brock Lesnar, and that's saying a lot.
I hear you. A lot of people on social media are already upset at Goldberg, myself included. You and I are upset, and you know who else is upset? Keith Lee is upset. Look at him. Here's a picture of him. After he saw Goldberg, he's not too happy about Goldberg being on Monday Night Raw and taking his spot. David, what did you think before we get into the surprise announcement and appearance of Goldberg? What did you think of the McIntyre and Keith Lee match?
I thought it was honestly, I thought it was a very good match. You know, I'm expecting, of course, the internet wrestling community to absolutely try to destroy it, but it was actually a really great match. A lot of good back and forth action. You know, we saw Keith Lee try to be Keith Lee, of course. You know, messing up like a spot or two. You know, where he tried to do the jump over of his opponent. You know, he tried to jump over Drew McIntyre, kind of messed it up a little bit. It wasn't horrible, but you can definitely tell that Keith Lee has put on some pounds since he's put on the singlet, actually. Yeah, overall, very great match. He had me towards the end almost believe that he was going to win the title, but, you know, that's not what happened. And, you know, I'd really like to get Madre Sanderson's opinion on this. She's in the chat tonight. What's going on, Mom? And, yeah. And she said she likes Katrina's blue hair.
That's right. There's a lot of fans of Katrina's hair tonight. Senora Sanderson is here. That's David's mom. Zoli watching us on YouTube. What's going on, Zoli? Zoli says, I love the blue hair, looking cool. And
Thank you.
Yeah, lots of fans. Elvis wants to know, is the boogeyman behind me? He might very well be. I mean, we saw him tonight show up and cost poor Angel Garza the 24/7 championship. And that's the last time we're going to be talking about the boogeyman tonight. There was before we get into Goldberg, there was this stiff spot where Drew McIntyre powerbombed Keith Lee into the corner of the announce booth. And it looked so stiff, so hard. Like I don't know if he intended to do that, but like that's, you know how like everybody likes to say, oh, the side of the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring. That's the hardest part of this announce table is the corner. And this guy, Drew McIntyre, practically spikes Keith Lee right into the corner. Like, how did this guy not like? I don't know how he got up. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm out, I'm done. But props to Keith Lee. He kept going. Nobody's got any comments on that?
Yeah, no. When I initially saw it, I thought it looked really painful. Like you're driving in through the corner of the announce table. That's gonna hurt, man. I thought for a second he might have hit his head on the announce table, but then they showed the replay. That's what I was trying to see. You know, if they show the replay, maybe, you know, he missed it like barely. But Drew's got to be careful with that. But he's also lifting over a 350-pound man, so I gotta give him props on that one.
Absolutely. So let's get into Goldberg. I've got a quick video here just showing. So Goldberg, at the end of the match, and Keith Lee, if you didn't watch the match, Keith Lee loses clean to Drew McIntyre. He ends up eating one Claymore. I was also shocked that it only took one Claymore to defeat Keith Lee. I think it at least should have been at least two, but whatever. I guess there's time for that later at WrestleMania. And so Goldberg comes out at the end of this match and he gets into Drew's face and he starts claiming that Drew McIntyre is disrespectful and he doesn't respect any of the legends. And this is where I start disconnecting. Like, if you're going to put Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg in a match, Drew McIntyre is not the heel. Goldberg should be the heel. He's going to naturally be the heel because nobody wants to see this dude take another title from a young up-and-coming talent. So he gets into Drew's face. Drew then gets back into his face, and then this happens. And so you didn't see the end of that, the headbutt, right? So Raw cut off early because they went into an overrun. And so you didn't get to see Drew McIntyre get up and mush Goldberg back in the face. It just cut off at Goldberg pushing Drew.
So how do you get the rest of that?
That was from WWE.com. That's right.
Honestly, when it comes to cutting Raw off, listen, I know you got a strict deadline, but like you should have a 5-minute run over at max. Or I'm not gonna say at least, but like at max, have like a 5-minute run over time. Because then then you're just rushing things. That because I think that hurt the storyline a little bit. When you just cut straight off the air after Goldberg pushes Drew down.
Yeah, I don't know. It left the whole segment left a bad taste in my mouth because I wasn't expecting Goldberg versus Drew. I was expecting Drew versus Sheamus for Royal Rumble, and then Goldberg and Roman for WrestleMania. But I guess this is where we're at now. And so before I get into my thoughts on what this means for Goldberg, I want to hear your thoughts. And I can already see Miss Katrina Storm wincing. Katrina, what are your thoughts on Goldberg's return?
It's not necessary. I tell people, I know people love his spear, and but dude cannot wrestle. And I feel like I gotta always tell wrestling fans this. Like, he admitted on WWE he did not know how to wrestle. So I don't care how nice his spear was. Dude, you could not wrestle. And that's why your matches is only like 2-3 minutes long or whatever the case may be. So that's strike one for Goldberg. It's like, you can't wrestle. You was like an over-steroid, like Stone Cold. That's always how I felt. He was just like a steroid user, but like Stone Cold, if you wanted to have him like in the gym on some roids. That's the vibe I always got from Goldberg. I always disliked him. I hated when he came to WWE before, and I am tired of seeing him randomly pop up every so often, messing up my screen. I thought Brock Lesnar upset me on my screen. Goldberg is like 100 times worse, making me upset. It irritates me so much. I don't want him going against Roman. I don't want him going against Drew. I just need him to stay at home on Twitter and just talk all his shit on Twitter. And then to be disrespectful to say that Drew wasn't like appreciating the legends. Like, dude, you're not even a good legend. Like, we're not even done. He's not even what I consider a legend status. Like, dude, you can't wrestle. I will never consider somebody who cannot wrestle a legend. I do not care how many good spears the man can do. Don't care. Really you played football. Whoop-de-doo. So did everybody else. Most of wrestlers played football at some point. I don't care. I just don't. That just upset me. And he pushed Drew. I was ready. Like, if I was like there at the Thunderdome, or if I was there in person, I would have been ready to like flip some shit if he just pushing Drew like that with just disrespect. Nobody needs him. Thank you. Why is Goldberg a thing? Who's like backstage? Like, you know what? Everybody want to see Goldberg. Who's making this decision? Like, you know what the universe want to see? Goldberg. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see it. And I'm quite sure everybody else don't want to see that crap. Like,
I don't understand why everyone is freaking out.
I don't want to watch the Royal Rumble because I do not want to see this nonsense. I don't want to see. And if I swear to God, if Drew loses, I'm probably gonna take a break from WWE for a while. I'm just gonna focus on somebody else. I can't.
Let's get into that, Katrina, because that's my first impression. And I know George in the comments. I see that George mentioned, oh well, this you got to be blind if you don't see Miz cashing in.
I don't need him cashing in either.
I was about to bring that up though.
And so
I don't even want the Miz with the briefcase. It's just like.
So this is where I'm going, and I'm going to kick it to you, Dave, so you can pitch this cash in to me, because we were talking in pre-show about that, and the the rumor going into tonight was Goldberg was going to match up with Roman. And it was like Vic says here, spear versus spear match. That's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to happen at Mania. So that's what I was thinking. Okay, this is what's going to happen. Even on last week's show, I said, hey, I'm going to get a kick out of Goldberg winning this Royal Rumble and everybody flipping out, because I love seeing the internet flip out. But I didn't want to see it flip out like this. So tonight, if you pivot away from, like, if Roman is going up against Goldberg, Roman is so strong right now. He's so hot right now. He is not losing against Goldberg. But Drew McIntyre, on the other hand, Drew can take an L, at least in the view of Vince McMahon. So now I see Drew losing this title to Goldberg. And
right.
Go ahead, David.
Right. And, like Steven said, we were discussing this with Chris actually in the pre-show. And I actually said that Goldberg, I think it makes the most sense for Goldberg out of anybody to take the title off Drew. Because who else is going to take the title off Drew? Let's be realistic here. Besides the Miz maybe cashing in, but to make it more believable and to not make Drew look bad, you're going to have, a quick match with Drew, have a couple Claymores, have a couple Spears. 1, 2, 3, Goldberg's your new WWE champion. And then Miz's music hits. He walks, him and John Morrison walk their asses down to the ring. John Morrison is probably going to get some outside interference of some sort, or just like start attacking Goldberg. Miz is going to cash in. 1, 2, 3. Miz is your champion. Sorry, I tried not to ramble there, but I can't get my words out.
I hear you, and I guess that's great for like shock value, but like, I don't know, Katrina. We were talking and we were agreeing. Nobody wants to see that shit. Like,
what is the problem? I really don't understand. Goldberg, I was actually surprised to see him tonight. Like, let's be honest. Who's going to take the title off Drew besides possibly The Miz catching in?
Maybe nobody should take off the title off of Drew right now. And you know who should take off the fucking title off of Drew is fucking Keith Lee at WrestleMania. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. So you have Miz as your... You have Miz but you have Miz as your transitional champion. You have Goldberg there to sort of take the title off Drew. And then, maybe Katrina has a point. Maybe it could be Sheamus. It could have been Sheamus.
I would have preferred that. I was so stoked. Like, I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. Like, I wanted to see Drew versus Sheamus. And that's another reason why I'm pissed off, is because where the fuck does Sheamus go from here? I was expecting Sheamus to run in, cost Drew this match in some sort of DQ fuckery type fashion, and that leads to the Royal Rumble match. But no, instead we get Goldberg. Like, if you want to pop a rating, all right, I guess. But now what? Now what are we doing?
Complaining. That's what you're doing.
Fuck off. Here's Jason Watson with the Justin. Justin says Lee should have won. I would have been more fucking agreed. Would have been more happy with that. Charmaine says Matt Riddle versus Drew should have happened or should happen later this year.
No, I said I said this before and I'll say it again. Matt Riddle, as good as he is, should not be in the world title picture yet. He's going to go after Bobby Lashley. He's in a feud with Hurt Business. That makes no sense right now. Yep. Damien, I see you in the comments. Shut the fuck up.
Daniel Miller, what's up, Daniel? Daniel, the AEW fan here, is wanting to know what are our thoughts on Ibushi winning both titles. We'll get to that shortly. We got Katrina, our New Japan expert. She watched all, 5 hours, 6 hours, 20 hours, and she stayed up till 2 in the morning to watch it. She texted us on our group chat. She was
watched it earlier. I did not stay up, though.
Let's sell it, Katrina. So the Wrestle Kingdom thoughts are coming up after the Raw review. So hold tight, Daniel. Don't leave us for JD from New York, since you love it. Oh, by the way, speaking of JD from New York, he on his show last week, he apparently decided he was going to bury Alicia Fox and claim that she isn't a legend. And so I want to get into that. Not. You're out of your fucking mind. You don't understand what a legend means.
What is she doing? What has she done?
If y'all can say Goldberg is a legend, Alicia Fox is a legend. Y'all don't do that.
No. You don't.
People say Goldberg is a legend.
How is Goldberg not a legend? I want to hear your opinion on that. How is Goldberg not a legend?
He cannot wrestle. How are you a wrestler?
That doesn't make a difference.
He can't wrestle.
The man has a 273-0 undefeated streak.
Of course you do. If you get matches fixed because you can't wrestle, bro can't wrestle. Let's give him a 2-minute match. He spares and win. That is why he has that rating. It's not because he could wrestle. It's because he couldn't wrestle, and he made his matches very quick. There was a whole documentary on WWE about him saying that he knew he could not wrestle. A whole thing on WWE where he said, I could not wrestle. And they made him do these ridiculously quick matches to sell his spear. If you're going to be a legend, at least know how to wrestle. And dude cannot wrestle. Spears is not all that's required to wrestle. In that case, I can fucking wrestle. If that's all I need to wrestle, let me just kick somebody one time and call myself a legend. That's not how this works. Alicia Fox has done more for wrestling than Goldberg did. Goldberg just annoys my soul with his non-wrestling, steroid, complaining Twitter self. That is what he does.
But wait, but how is Alicia Fox a legend? Let's hear that. Alicia Fox is like a one-time Divas champion. How is she a legend?
Hold on. That has nothing. If we're gonna go off championships, then half the people in sports in general wouldn't make anything. If you're going only off championships, you cannot.
Yeah, but look at her run too. Her run really wasn't that great.
Hold up. I just want to put something in perspective for you guys. You know that Vince McMahon is the guy that writes everything, and so he is the chief marketing officer, regardless of what Stephanie McMahon's chief brand officer title says. The man comes up with all the vernacular in wrestling for WWE. There is a distinction between a WWE legend. You saw it tonight. There were some people that were introduced tonight as WWE legends, and there were some people that were introduced as WWE Hall of Famers. There is a distinction, and that's the one thing that you need to get clear first.
Thank you.
Hall of Famers and legends are two separate things. You're shaking your head, David, but I need to sell you something. No, we're not arguing. I'm going to mute you. Let me finish my point. In Vince McMahon's terminology of what a legend is, it is not how many 7-star matches you did. It doesn't matter how many 4-star matches you did. It don't matter if you got 1 star in a fucking match. It does none of that shit matters. What matters is, are you recognizable? Number 1. Will WWE fans recognize you when you are on the screen? Number 2, will they have pleasant thoughts? 3, you left on good terms with Vince McMahon. That makes you a WWE legend. That's why the Boogeyman is not a Hall of Famer. He is a WWE legend. How many titles has Boogeyman won? David?
Okay.
Go ahead, David. How many titles has he won?
Thank you.
No, I understand your point. You have a fair point.
Hold. Earl Hebner. How many? Is he a Hall of Famer?
Mm-hmm, yep.
How many titles has Earl Hebner won?
What are you trying to? Okay, no, you had a fair point for a second. No. Okay, listen. Alicia Fox, all due respect to her, I like Alicia Fox. But 1, she's not a legend. She really hasn't had that great of a run. And she left the company on bad terms. She's not a legend.
No.
She's not a legend. I'm sorry. She's not a legend. I don't know what she did I don't know what impression she put on you guys to make her think she's a legend. I think, she was a great talent, but she really did not have a good run. As Chris hates it when I say this.
All the people that showed up tonight were great wrestlers that showed up on Legend Night. Really? You had Tori. I feel like I have to keep telling. I see Tori Wilson pop up. As pretty as that woman is, she has done remotely nothing for wrestling, and yet magically she always ends up on Legends Night. Magically. Alicia Fox clearly can out-wrestle Tori Wilson. And yet Tori Wilson also is considered a legend on Legends Night. Y'all cannot pick and choose when something works for y'all off of I like this person a little more and now it works. Incorrect. If we got Tori Wilson on Legends Night, we got Boogeyman on Legends Night. Hell, we had fucking Teddy Long on there, and why he's great at the gimmick he had.
Because this Teddy Long. Do not give Teddy Long shit.
Not necessarily. But y'all sitting here talking about Goldberg is a legend when dude can't, and y'all can keep. I don't care about how many records he has because of course you can fix our record. His record is fixed. It is fixed. They already admitted this on WWE. So y'all need to let go that record about who he goes to.
We want to talk about fixed record.
Don't care. It is fixed. Guys. It is a fixed record for Goldberg.
You know what else was a fixed record? Oscars.
Okay.
Oscars was fixed as well.
So we want to talk about fixed records here. Asuka can actually wrestle. So if you're going to bring up Asuka can wrestle circles around Goldberg. She can actually wrestle outside of WWE. She can wrestle. She can actually wrestle. If you're gonna bring about somebody's fixed record, you gotta bring somebody who actually cannot wrestle. Asuka can actually wrestle.
Okay, and I didn't. She couldn't, but I'm saying if talking about fixed records.
The man can do a spear. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. He can spear. Oh, that's so amazing. But you're talking about fixed records. If you're going about what Alicia Fox has done for the Divas division, she is definitely considered a legend.
Thank you.
It has nothing to do with her record or anything else.
No, but if we're going to talk about fixed records, Goldberg has a fixed record. So does Asuka. I'm not saying Asuka's not talented.
Yes, and because he couldn't wrestle. Asuka can wrestle. You got to pick somebody else who cannot wrestle. If you're going to give me that distinction, let it be somebody who can't wrestle. Asuka can actually wrestle. She can wrestle. I've seen her outside of WWE. Sis can wrestle. Or when she was Hana outside of WWE, she can wrestle. So pick me somebody with a fixed record who cannot wrestle and then give me that argument. You got to give me somebody that's not Asuka because she can wrestle.
Mrs.
And
Sanders,
if you're gonna say fixed record, give me somebody. Because I guarantee you, in let's say you would probably say Ricochet was a legend, and you will go and with that, and you will run with that. Let's say Ricochet.
I love you, Katrina, but I need to take control of my show. we gotta.
Christ.
We're gonna be on 20 minutes with this thing. I think we're gonna keep going because there's a lot.
My mom wants to see a picture of Goldberg.
I will tell you right now, Katrina. I started watching Raw late because I was in over an hour long fight about Alicia Fox. We started this fight in a chat at 5:00. It wasn't not even the UPR chat. It was another chat. And at 9:30, I was like, I gotta go, guys. Like, you guys aren't making any sense.
Elvis, I can beat you up in general. Chill, bro. Chill. You're probably smaller than my oldest child. Let's not do that today. Okay?
Jesus.
Let's not do that.
This is the point I was trying to make. Kobe on YouTube. Welcome, Kobe, to the show. Please make sure you subscribe on YouTube and hit that like button. He says, hello, wrestling ability wasn't the reason why people watch wrestling, just saying that. And that's a good point. What does Vince always say? It's World Wrestling Entertainment, right? It's World Wrestling Entertainment. So it's entertainment. Was Alicia Fox entertaining? Yes. Do you recognize her? Yes. Do you have fond memories of her? Yes. It don't matter that she has a 7-star match in the Tokyo Dome. None of that shit matters to Vince McMahon. So yes, she's a legend because people recognize Alicia Fox. I'll tell you what, when she showed up on my screen tonight, I was like, you know what? Despite the demons that this woman has fought in the last 2 years and has overcome, it's good to see her face because she's come through the other side. And I got fond memories of Alicia. Okay.
Yes, George, apparently that's where it comes from.
You might argue that.
Apparently so.
You might argue that Alicia, her win-loss record is ridiculous, more losses than wins. But something's got to be said about her being in the business for over 10 years, working safe, and being consistent. I compared her to The Miz. And the fact that Chris, I'd like to see Chris make a rebuttal video on Unpopular Review, Facebook, and YouTube tomorrow morning.
Now, but wait,
what he thinks.
My mom wants to see a picture of Goldberg, so I'm going to do just that. Mom, here's a picture of Goldberg.
There you go. There's a naked picture of Goldberg. No one can see his pants, so I want you to imagine him just completely nude.
There you go. He has pants. Relax. Okay.
I also, before we get to Mike Riggs and his birthday, I see Mike Riggs is here, and he's going to join us for just a short second. He's going to put this Alicia Fox debate to an end.
Here we go.
I want to bring up this question, and this was, I think, originally asked by Victor, and Damien asked it, and this is the one I can see. Is CM Punk a legend or a Hall of Famer? So I'm not going to, in my opinion, my opinion doesn't matter. What matters is Vince McMahon's opinion. Let's be honest. Vince McMahon, what did I say was important to be a WWE legend? You need to be recognizable. Is CM Punk recognizable? Yes. Did he leave WWE in good terms? So to answer that question, CM Punk will never be designated as a WWE legend. CM Punk will not be in the Hall of Fame until he goes back and apologizes or does whatever, pays whatever fucking penance he has to do, takes an RKO, gets a thumb through the eye gets shit on by the Fiend. He's going to need to pay a huge penance. And until he does that, he's blacklisted from WWE. He's neither legend nor Hall of Famer.
Right.
That's my answer. Guys, I want to welcome on one of our big fans here. It is none other than Mike Riggs. You know him because he leaves these long messages. What's going on, Mike? Good to have you.
Good to see you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy birthday. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Welcome to Happy New Year. How you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you guys for the honor tonight. The new year, we're off with a bang, and let's get to it.
Mike, we're going to have you on just quick here just to get your thoughts on the show. But before we get on that, we're obviously having a very contentious debate about Alicia Fox. Just very quickly, is Alicia Fox a legend?
Her time in the company since NXT, the rookie years, yes, she is definitely officially a legend.
Thank you. You see that, David? Shut the fuck up.
Don't tell me to shut the fuck up. She's not a legend.
Mike
exactly. Move on. Thank you, Chris. You know what? Let's move on from this because we've spent 20 minutes on this segment.
Well, listen, I just wanted to prove my point. I told you that Mike Riggs was going to settle this debate, and it's done. Mike came on here. It's his birthday. You can't argue with that guy. It's his birthday.
Just let you know that decisions are final. Like Ron Monson always said, decisions are final. You can't reverse them.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. But Alicia Fox is not a legend. Sorry.
Is Bret Hart a legend, Mike?
Definitely. Bret Hart is a living legend. He wrestled from 75 to his last match in December of 99, 22 years ago.
That's right.
Living legend of pro wrestling.
Who's your favorite WWE legend, Mike?
Out of all of them, it's a toss-up between Hogan, Stone Cold, and Bret. All three of them are my favorites.
Very good. That's inappropriate, Chris.
You're out here trolling, bro.
Mike, what did you think about tonight's Monday Night Raw? What do you think about Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre?
Drew and Keith threw the house down. I knew it was going to be a close confrontation, but at the end, Drew won the match fair and square. Keith busted his ass for the fans. In the end, there's no respect at the end of the contest.
Absolutely. And what did you think of Goldberg?
I don't know how he got in the building. I guess Shane or Triple H, Paul Levesque got a hold of him before the show, and somehow he came in, started rounding on. He wants an Irish shot at the title. Well, first of all, Bill, you got to win the Royal Rumble, then go to WrestleMania to get the title shot.
That's absolutely right. If you had a chance to talk to Goldberg right now, Mike, what would you say to him?
I'll tell him, Bill, you want a title shot, get your butt in the Royal Rumble match and draw a number and get your shot at Drew. That's if he is still WWE champion, in my opinion.
Jesus Christ. That makes more sense to me. I don't know about you guys, my fellow co-hosts here, but I think Mike would do a tremendous job as Raw general manager. What do you think, Mike?
You know what? Hey, if Triple H could call me up, send me a limousine or a private jet, if his father-in-law get me down to that baseball stadium, and I'll be there.
Absolutely.
I'm going to wear a mask because the pandemic's still going on.
I hear you. Very good. I see one last question for you, Mike. I see that you're in a dark part of your house. I see you wearing a black hoodie. Are you joining Retribution?
No, it's just a sweater because it's cold outside, so I wear a sweater.
Very good. Very good. Mike, it's always a pleasure having you on, man. Thank you for coming on with us for a short little bit.
And hopefully this year the slamming will be coming because I know you guys were short on funds for it. But I do appreciate the honor, though.
Very good. You won the comment for longest comment, and we're glad to have you here. So thank you, Mike. And who was your favorite legend tonight, and why was it Alicia Fox?
The reason why, okay, I know Melina was there. I saw her with the Lucha guys, Lucha House Party. That was pretty sweet. And I know Morrison and her broke up, and if David wants to date Melina, go ahead, Tiger. She's open for business.
Me? You said Damien or David?
David, you, man, to take
me.
This.
What the fuck?
This, bro. Melina has long legs, and she wants to train to become the next Intercontinental champ. If I were you, hit the gym. No,
thank you for the offer, Mike. I appreciate it. And it is no longer your birthday, so happy belated. But
it's all right. I'm expecting a lot of stuff in the mail in a couple of weeks or so. But yeah, it's been a great birthday. I had Kristen Pitts earlier tonight. Now I'm just trying to relax. I'm glad I got to be with you guys again since last year.
That's good.
It's glad to have you. Glad to have you on, Mike. And we'll see you around. All right, buddy.
Okay, guys. See you later.
Have a good night. Just remember Alicia Fox. Not a legend. Okay. All right. So.
Oh God.
All right, guys. Wow. We've already been on for
so mean. Oh my God.
It's so rude.
All right. Well, let's
take a break for a second. Let's regroup. It's been 36 minutes. I'm going to ask Gorilla Monsoon, a.k.a. Chris, to play a commercial of his choosing. And, yeah. Take it away, Paul. Hit the commercial break.
Oh, my God.
Roll that.
I'm going to quote Donald Trump here. This is rigged.
Ron is transformed. Ron is transformed. And I don't know what's going on.
Yo! What the fuck? I don't know how Steven managed to win funny.
And this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Still don't know how Steven won that award, but okay.
You're so rude. Guys, you're watching Unpopular Review. This is the WWE Monday Night Raw review show. I am Big Daddy Cool. I'm hosted, I'm joined here by Storm. I know, co-hosted by Katrina Storm and the technician. We just got done talking about Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee, the appearance of Goldberg, and a long 25-minute debate on whether Alicia Fox is a legend or not a legend. If you think she's a legend, please make sure you leave a like, a heart. If you don't think she's a legend, please leave a like and a heart anyway. Just to
and an angry emoji.
Leave an angry emoji if you hate David.
What the fuck you? Swear to God, if I see that shit pop up in the next 2 seconds,
Very good. Let me catch up to some of these comments, and then we're going to continue with the Raw review. We'll probably end up talking about. I want to know who's running this damn show. I'm running this damn show. That's who's running it, Trey. Welcome to my show. Please make sure you leave a like.
Hello, I'm here too.
And Trey, subscribe to the show because I can see if you subscribe. And Trey is, you know how earlier I was talking about how I got into like a 4-hour debate on Alicia Fox. Trey is one of the guys I was arguing with. Trey and George. But if we hate David, then you got to heart.
Who the fuck anger about Joseph? Whoever you are.
You got to leave. You got to leave a heart emoji.
Somebody asked me put an anger emoji. I'm pissed.
George, if that's the case, put up George's comment one more time. George.
No, it was Joseph Neat.
No, I hear you, but if you hate David and like David's mom, you should make another fake account, make a second account, and double heart the show.
It's so sweet.
In the same package.
Well, I got to get you on here for your opinion on this. This is ridiculous.
Just real quick before we get into Randy Orton. You see David is in a new place today, right? So David is moved in to a new spot. And so the guy that used to live with David, or used to live in this room. He apparently moved out, and this guy is so troublesome. He had a cat and left the cat in the fucking room.
Yeah.
And so David had an epic opportunity to become a babyface and take this cat, nurture it, take care of it. And instead of taking this poor kid, I wish I would have uploaded the picture of this cat. He ends up giving it away because he doesn't like responsibility. So again,
No. Hold the fuck up. You're not about to clown me on this. Okay, I put it in a home that has not only
you're so rude.
one of the cat.
You put this poor cat
a home of another coworkers that was willing to take the cat in, who already has 2 cats of their own, and is probably going to take a lot better care of that cat than I was going to. Okay, don't do that. Don't try to throw this on me and try to make me look bad. Okay, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, fuck you.
You see, this is why you should leave angry emojis for poor David here, so that way he can learn responsibility and take. Oh, there it is. Look at this cat. Aww.
I will say I was a cute kitten.
If Riddle was here, he'd be like, "Aww."
Yeah. So
Elvis, his mother is watching this show. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? I could have easily made that joke, Elvis, but I chose not to because until Mrs. Sanders.
That is definitely a joke. That is definitely one of your jokes, too.
Oh, without a doubt. I made it to Chris earlier today on the phone.
Oh, man.
What if someone gave you, oh, Jesus Christ, this is turning really dark. Speaking of really dark, let's talk about Randy Orton. So last week we left off with a cliffhanger, right? Did he light Alexa Bliss on fire? Did he not light Alexa Bliss on fire? So immediately, like within the first, actually it was like 30 minutes into the show, he doesn't kind of set this straight. And he says that to Charlie, he says, "Oh, I didn't set her on fire. Fighting the Fiend changes you. And how it changed me was it gave me compassion. And so I had compassion for Alexa, and that's why I didn't set her on fire. But I'm going to challenge that feeling within me of compassion by stalking several different legends tonight." And so after that, this happens throughout the course of the show, but I'm just going to lump it all in here. He runs into the Big Show, and he gets in his face and tries to start a fight with the Big Show, and the Big Show punks out. He runs into Mark Henry, who is hobbled. He's like on one leg. One leg he has on a scooter. I guess I don't know if he had knee surgery or something, but he's on a scooter. And then he gets into Ric Flair's face. Now we'll get into. He wasn't the only person that got into Ric Flair's face. We'll get into that next. Is Charlotte? Charlotte not too happy with her dad tonight. And then this leads to a match later on. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy fights Randy Orton. And there's a gruesome, I didn't pull this clip because it was too goddamn gruesome, but Randy Orton in the middle of the match ends up taking the 2 giant gauge holes that Jeff has, and he pulls them really hard. And like, I was like, nobody wants to see this. This is disgusting. Why would you show this? Oh, happy birthday to your daughter, Charmaine. Who's throwing up these comments just willy-nilly? Like, I'm not David. I have focus. I'm on the show. I'm talking about stuff, and
so am I. Fuck you.
Nah, you suffer from
what, ADHD? Yeah, very funny. Yes. Fuck you.
So, my face is breaking out as Steve talks. This is why you don't have your face on your profile, because if you put your face on it, everybody else would fucking run in horror. You'd probably get thrown off of social media because end up in like YouTube jail, Facebook jail. Nobody wants to see Trey. Trust me. I barely want to talk to the guy.
Happy anniversary.
So where was I? Yeah, so this match ends. I thought that like Jeff's been losing a lot. So I'm like, oh, Jeff gonna win this one. Like Randy could take an L. Oh no.
Yeah.
Jeff went for a twist of fate and ended up eating a RKO. Let's start with you, Sleepy Face. What'd you think of this match and the outcome of Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy?
Yeah. Right before he gets to that, Joseph Need said it's his anniversary. I would congratulate him, but he anger emoji this episode after you said anger emoji this episode if you hate David. So, yeah. I'm going to cancel that right then and there. Jeff Hardy and
what was that about you being focused again?
Yeah. Okay. So Jeff, I already forgot the match. Shit. So it was Jeff Hardy against who again? You need to remind me. I'm so stupid.
Are you sure that's not the herpes?
Herpes. Okay. Whatever you think, bro. But yeah. So Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. I thought this was a pretty good match. You know, like I told this to Chris. This is a perfect match. This is a perfect night to have this sort of match because Jeff Hardy is an established legend and Randy Orton is a legend killer. And what did Randy do? Killed Jeff Hardy. So that then there is all I have to say.
Oh, great point right there. Katrina, please save me.
I was hoping Jeff got the win. I was actually really annoyed because he's been losing for the last 3 to 4 weeks, I believe. He lost. And then he did the thing with Jeff ears before, and I was like, listen, dude, like, can we not do that? Like, it always feels painful when I see people have those type of piercings because the fact that the earlobe is stretched to that limit, but I guess that whole speech about him being compassionate and then doing that to Jeff right after made absolutely no sense to me. I was like, if anything, what the Fiend should have made you do was burn Alexa. Like, you supposedly said he made you more like vicious just the week before. So now the week after, now all of a sudden, oh, well, I got compassionate. And now I'm compassionate, but I'm going to mess with everybody else. And then I'm going to pull at Jeff Hardy's earlobe like I did before. Because for no reason. That makes no sense. I just didn't understand that whole segment. I didn't understand why they had the match. And at least if you're going to have the match that made no sense, at least have Jeff win since Jeff been eating a whole bunch of losses. But no, we gave Randy that win for no reason. The whole Alexa it makes that whole segment last week with Alexa seem unimportant. If you're going to end the show on a cliffhanger, like, oh, he's about to burn her alive, why the hell next week it's like, now I'm compassionate? You can't be both. You got to pick one. You got to pick one. It cannot be you compassionate and then like 7 days later I'm crazy. It's like next week, is he going to still be compassionate or is he going to be vicious and demented again? Like, we can't. I just can't. I was over the whole segment. I was over the match. I didn't care.
I hear you, and I honestly can't stand Randy Orton, and so like having him just plotting throughout the entire 3-hour show, like, it fucking irks me. Like, I was not a big fan. I wanted to highlight this comment from Victor. This was a really good idea. WWE writers suck. They could have had Orton step to Mike Rotunda, who is Bray Wyatt's dad, and the Fiend could have came in and destroyed Orton. So I've got a feeling that they wrote off the Fiend for a minute. And I was going to get into this during the AJ Elias match.
Supposedly he was burned alive. He should not be back this soon. Like, I get it. But if you supposedly got burned like to a crisp, because that's what they implied, and then rest we know it's a dummy, and that's good at all. But storyline purposes, he got burned to a crisp, and he's supposed to come back renewed. He should not be back in Raw yet. Okay, you're gonna find me a burn victim. He could just come back and start wrestling. Like, yeah, but let me know. I mean, granted, WWE do some dumb shit, but that just like, if you're really trying to sell that he got burned and like Randy really got him there, I shouldn't see Bray Wyatt for some time. They need to have him come back and be even supposedly whatever, because I didn't really care about the Fiend, but he has to come back so different that I'm like, all right, this was worth Randy supposedly burning him in the middle of the ring.
Agreed. I like that idea about Mike Rotunda. Like, you had an epic opportunity right there and you fucked it up. But whatever. let's move on to talk about Legends and running it, all these run-ins with the Legends. So the show opens up with Hogan staring at his phone and yelling at you about all the social media platforms that you can find WWE on, whatever. Boring. You had Angel Garza presenting a rose to Mickie James. And then Sergeant Slaughter and Tatanka like give him a dirty look, and Sergeant Slaughter steals the rose. Riddle was before Randy Orton accosted the Big Show. Riddle was talking to him about teaming up and being the Big Bros. That was pretty funny.
I missed the first hour of Raw. That's funny.
Hulk Hogan and Drew McIntyre had a backstage segment, and it's funny. Like he's like, "Oh, I wish you luck on your match with Keith Lee. I see a lot of you. I see a lot of me and you."
Yes, the classic. I see a lot of me and you. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, Drew McIntyre's probably like, "Yo, bro, you don't have good favorites."
Just had to bring out dead ass. No, don't. Don't do that. Don't even put Drew McIntyre in there with that shenanigans. I was very. Don't do that. You better get back to not understanding why the younger crowd supposedly don't like you, since he was.
Don't do that. What are you, Chris?
Like, dude, you know why the crowd don't like you. Let's be real. You know why the crowd don't like you. It has nothing to do with what you think it has to do with. Do not put Drew McIntyre in the shenanigans. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What are you? Don't do that. What are you, Chris? What the?
I will say this, Katrina. When I saw this, I thought, "Oh snap! Could they have Hulk Hogan just to gain favor with the black community, cost Drew McIntyre the match, and make Keith Lee the champion? Like, would that forgive?"
Hell no.
I had to hold it in. I don't know if it was fucked up for me to laugh or not.
Yeah, I don't want to go to rant. I'm not going to rant about that. But hell no, that would not make me happy.
I just want to make sure.
No.
I need to ask the tough questions that JD from New York isn't going to ask because he's a racist. So there you go. There you have it. It didn't happen, and even if it did, it don't matter. Hulk Hogan's still an asshole. What else happened? Melina and Lucha House Party. Melina looks good. Now I know for David's birthday, I'm going to get him a cameo from Melina. This was a funny spot. Angel Garza is not done pulling out roses for people. He apparently rolled up on Tori Wilson with a rose, and she's like, "Oh, Cardi B is over there in this room," and the room's like all dark. And Angel goes in. And
you hated on these other celebrities. You forgot about Ariana Grande. You forgot about Kim Kardashian. How could you? Like,
Jade, I'm not even gonna read that because that's just nonsense.
She said the names of three celebrities, and you already mentioned one. So much context.
Because only one is a real wrestling fan, and that's Cardi B. Like Ariana Grande don't care. And then
who's you really a wrestling fan?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And the other one was Kardashian. Who cares? Flopsy Kardashian, I think it was. So Angel goes in, and then he sees the boogeyman, and then he's scared. He runs out of the room, and then R-Truth okey-dokes him and gets his 24/7 title back. So you have a new champion on Legends Night. Congratulations. Let's quickly talk about AJ versus Elias. So we had another match again. I don't know why we had to have AJ versus Elias again for the second week in a row. To me, it made no sense.
Agreed.
Again, I like the idea that they're trying to get over Omos. And this is one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is who noticed that Omos's name changed apparently from week to week? Tonight, he was not Omos. He was Amos.
He was?
Yes. And at the end of the match, after he does this to Jackson Riker, which I thought was hilarious, I said it was so hilarious that I needed to pull this.
Oh, my God.
Yo, this guy has like cat-like reflexes.
Wait, can you play that again? That was what the fuck?
This guy rolled up and was
Look
like,
at the guitar. It goes, Jesus Christ. It goes flying.
Jackson Riker really sold that really well. He was like, oh my God, like what the? But
yeah, he really said F you to all those excuses on why Alicia Fox is a legend.
So
but
Jackson Riker was going to attack AJ Styles because Elias can't win against AJ Styles in a real match. And Omos jumped in, and at that point, the announce team decides to drill it in your head that his name is not Omos, it's Amos, but it's still called OMOS. So
an O is an A.
I only know that because that's what they called him on social media is Omos, OMOS, but it's pronounced Amos, AMOS.
Look at this.
AJ buries people, that's all.
He does.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's obviously putting over Amos. Nobody knows what you're talking about. Chris is just trying to put himself over in the gorilla position here.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking try to be Cody. F out of here. Cody puts himself over all the time. That's what he's trying to do.
Oh man.
Amos. Check it again, Chris. You were probably taking 5 shots of whatever brandy you like to drink. Yeah,
he said yeah.
Called him Amos.
Seamus? They called him Seamus?
Chris, that they called him Amos. Yeah, I know you hear me, bro.
They called him Seamus, bro.
They called him Amos.
Called him Battle
Check it again. Check it again. Let's talk about Charlotte. You guys got first off. I was like pissed off at this match, so that's why I'm trying to skip over it. You guys had any opinions on AJ versus Elias?
No,
I thought it was unnecessary. Personally,
I couldn't watch it. Repeat match, unnecessary.
And I will bring this up. Do you think like they go to the well a second time because there's nobody else because of COVID?
I mean, maybe. I mean, my thing is, I would have been okay with this week if they would have had Elias win last week. But because he lost last week and they had him lose today, it was just like we didn't need it. Like, if you're gonna have the match, then just Elias. Especially because I felt like Elias worked a lot better last week.
Mm-hmm.
He should have won last week. I thought he worked a lot better last week with the match than he did today. But I don't know. I felt like it was unnecessary. I didn't need it. The most entertaining part was literally the end when the guitar hit almost whatever, his foot. That was like the most entertaining part of that whole match. I did not care. So
yeah, I can see Chris.
It was a waste of space for me.
Chris agrees with you on that one. He's going crazy backstage, but
Almost.
Yeah, I think this was unnecessary, and I have to agree with Katrina. It was an unnecessary rematch. You know, if you're just gonna put AJ over again, it makes no sense. Like, you know, Chris is right. He buries people. He buried Elias. Not 1, 2 weeks in a row. I think, you know, I was, I'm not going to go into it. David Ramble. I was about to go into Fastlane 2018 here.
Very good. Let's talk about Charlotte and Asuka versus Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce. I will say that this almost had a spotlight on him tonight. Absolutely. Amos looks like a star tonight. Amos.
Sheamus.
Whatever. He looks like a star. I mean, if he can move like that in the ring, who knows? Watch him move like Giant Gonzalez in the ring, and then he's complete.
Johnny Gonzalez and The Undertaker.
You know, hold up a second. Oh, breaking news. Daniel Miller is here to bury Charlotte. Here he is. He says, Charlotte buries everyone. Good. I'm really glad you came in with this comment because let's go to the Charlotte match and how she buried everybody in the match. So in this match, what's that? Oh, Charlotte ended up losing.
Yep.
So I don't know. I must have. Hold on. I need to check my notes again. I think I might have misspelled buried. Nope. It says Ric Flair trips Charlotte. Peyton gets a roll up and wins the match. So, Daniel, what was that about being buried again? Right. Okay, I'm just gonna write Steve.
They had Peyton win over Bailey and Charlotte. I don't know how that's. I mean, she shouldn't have, honestly, but I guess
You know, earlier we were arguing about Legends.
Hater.
If Peyton Royce's career ends today, is she a legend?
Oh my God! Here we go. Shut the fuck
Now,
up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Katrina, David doesn't want to answer this question. But do you think Peyton Royce, given the rules that I've explained, you know, being memorable, leaving on good conditions, she's in good standing right now. Is Peyton Royce a legend?
See, the thing is, I feel like Billie Kay is more entertaining than Peyton Royce is. And I feel like Billie Kay is more memorable of the two, personally.
Okay.
Like I can think of like top of Billie Kay's like things that was just okay. This is like entertaining. It could be slightly, but it's entertaining. And then Peyton Royce is just attached to Lacey Evans. I'm just like, oh, okay. If we're basing it off the people know who she is, I mean, yeah. And if you're basing it the fact that she was able to pin both Charlotte and Bayley in really stupid pins, but she pinned them nonetheless, then I guess off of those we can go off there. But I do think Billie Kay is the more entertaining of the two.
I'm going to mark that down as yes, Peyton Royce is a legend. Now, a follow-up question.
What?
I've got a follow-up question. The question is, thank you, John Bound. I've got my follow-up question is, her husband, Ty Dillinger, aka Sean Spears, is based on the rules that I set, right? Is Ty Dillinger a legend?
No.
Thank you. I rest my case.
What do you mean? Yeah, I rest my case. Ty Dillinger didn't do much. Alicia Fox didn't do much. Not a legend. What is the next WrestleMania? Next WrestleMania is in March, I believe. The end of March. Was supposed to be in California. It's not happening there anymore.
I'm going to keep moving on to the Charlotte question. So I've got a little video to share. I like this match because it was a different dynamic. So Rick comes out with Charlotte, and they're all smiles and shit. And Lacey Evans, who is on fire lately on Instagram, like she's posting pictures semi-dressed, scantily clad. Oh my God. You should see it. It's on our IG. I reposted one of the pictures. So go on the Unpopular Review IG page just to see scantily clad Lacey Evans. But Lacey throughout this entire match is, shut your mouth, Chris. Don't be blasphemous. She is flirting with Ric Flair. And she ends up like blowing him kisses, and he's all goo goo gaga over her. And Charlotte's like, get your head in the game, Dad. And somehow, like later on, he ends up, again, like we said, he cost Charlotte the match by tripping her. And so this exchange happens at the end of the match. You have Lacey laying a big old wet one on Ric Flair. I like Ric Flair's move. Like every dude has done this move. Now, Ric Flair obviously is scripted. Ric Flair knows this is coming, right? And Ric Flair is trying his hardest to move his head like to hit her lips. Katrina, as a woman, explain to me exactly what Lacey Evans is doing with her hands on his head.
I mean, I guess she's trying to kiss him, but
she's trying to avoid him moving his lips to her lips.
She has a husband.
Right? She's like, stay your ass right here. I'm gonna kiss you on this cheek. Don't be fresh with me. And I like this only because, not because it's, you know, gruesome and she's half his age, but I like the dynamic of tension and drama between Charlotte and Ric Flair. What if Ric Flair turns on Charlotte and manages Lacey Evans? Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
Good idea for a little bit, not too long though. I think it's a good heel turn idea for Lacey Evans to turn her back heel, because I think that's where she did her best work. She was a heel when she had her time in NXT. I got to see her wrestle at an NXT house show, and she was great. She was amazing. She should have Ric Flair for a little bit as she turns heel, and then ditch him at WrestleMania or something.
Isn't she still heel though? She's
face. She's face.
Who?
She is still face. She is slowly turning heel. She is face. I see you nodding your head, Chris. She is face.
There's no way she's been doing heel antics for what? Nothing she's been doing with Peyton.
I know she's confusing her. She's either a heel or a face or both. I don't fucking know.
I thought she was heel. I don't think she actually went to face because all she did was just heel act to Peyton Voice.
You are right because when she went to tag, since June, no. She's been a heel since she started tagging with Peyton Royce. I'm sorry. Why are you nodding your head at me? I watch Raw every week.
What I think David is trying to say is his head is naturally saying Lacey is a heel, but his penis registers her as a face. Am I correct, David?
What the fuck? I'm not answering that. She was a heel on SmackDown.
I don't think your mom's.
No, she was a face on SmackDown.
Right.
She was a face. Don't give me that nod. Don't give me that nod. She was a face on SmackDown. They moved her over to Raw. She turned heel, joined forces with Peyton Royce. Wow. Don't give me that. Don't do that, as Katrina would say. Don't do that.
Wow. So now we have. So last week we didn't know if Alicia Fox was a legend. This week the controversy is Lacey Evans. Is she a face or a heel?
Right now she's a heel.
Make sure you send all your comments to It's Storm at Twitter. That's David's Twitter handle. He doesn't use it much.
Yeah, I'm not.
Dylan does use his Twitter for great purposes. Dylan likes to post really on the off the cuff football picks. This guy went really out on a limb. His football picks to win the Super Bowl. Art, get this: the Bills, the Chiefs, or the
what? The Bills?
Really going out on a limb there, Dylan. Dylan picked three of the favorites.
He only picked the Bills because they're from New York. That's why.
I'm in America and I'm not going with the Bills. That's nonsense.
Nah, he's a Giants fan. Listen, I'm not gonna get into this.
Yeah, that's another show.
My Patriots were robbed, but that's fine.
Dylan's gonna post a rant on on Friday about David.
Did not rant.
Anyways, let's talk about Riddle versus Lashley, and then after that, we'll cut another commercial. Guys, you're watching Unpopular Review. We're not powered by ourselves. We're powered by laughs and love. And laughs and love is what we want you to do is press that laugh and love button. And if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. We're reviewing Raw, and we're pretty much halfway there, if not more than halfway. No, we're more than halfway.
Bye, Mom. Have a good night.
Good night, Sanderson.
Adios, señora Sanderson. Hasta luego. So Riddle and Lashley. So good match, I thought. And the result was that Riddle so Lashley puts the hurt lock on Riddle, and Riddle starts tapping out, but the ref doesn't see him tap out. So Lashley lets go of the hold, and the Riddle ends up rolling up Lashley and gets the fluke win. Now, obviously, leading up to
damn it, Damien.
What did you guys think of this match? Riddle versus Lashley. Obviously, we're setting up a rematch, probably for the United States title at Royal Rumble. What do you guys think? And where do you think this is headed?
Small package roll up. Why? I get Chris made a compelling point when I was watching this match with him earlier tonight. It's like, so it doesn't hurt the person, but it's just like, it's like every match now is a small package roll-up surprise. Wow.
There's actually a lot of roll-ups tonight too.
Like, why? It's so annoying to see the same finish to almost every single fucking match. But besides that, the match was okay. I think, I thought Lashley getting mad and everything was entertaining. We had a decap with us watching the show, so I didn't get to hear anything Cedric was saying because we had the TV on mute for that promo. So, it was not really promo for that argument. But yeah. Besides that, okay match. and small package roll up again.
So I think the argument you're talking about was a different match.
Oh no! Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so stupid. What am I doing?
Cedric and Shelton, that was not this match. That was the Lucha House Party match that you're talking about.
Popular Review is powered by what? What is it powered by?
However,
For roll-ups.
match is okay. I was actually surprised they let Matt Riddle win, but since Matt Riddle technically won in like a fluke kind of a win, since he technically did tap and then he did a roll up, I was like, okay, I guess, but it was okay. It wasn't like nothing to write home about, but it wasn't bad.
Agreed. I think it's just setting up a match that's going to end up for the U.S. title. Do you guys want to see Riddle hold the U.S. title and beat Lashley? David says no. Katrina?
No. I'm talking about this comment. I want to see Riddle win. Yes.
I'm okay if he gets it. I mean, I don't care either way. I'm okay with it, though.
Copy that. All right, let's move on to Mandy versus Shayna. There was supposed to be a match between Mandy versus Shayna, but that didn't happen because Shayna Baszler attacked Mandy before she could get to the ring. That lured out Dana Brooke, and Dana Brooke then had a match with Shayna. And unfortunately enough, Shayna ended up taking a big L here to Dana Brooke. And the ending might shock you guys if you guys didn't know this. Shayna puts Dana in a Karafuda clutch, and lo and behold, Dana Brooke okey dokes the Karafuda clutch into a pin. How many times are we going to see fucking Shayna lose this way? Like, this is at least, by my fucking recollection, it's the third time, probably the fourth or fifth time.
Oh,
Yeah, the amount of times you keep saying Karafuda clutch. Karafuda clutch.
Please, let's not do that again. I hope we have that commercial lined up later. How many times are we going to see this? And this is ridiculous, right? Like, Katrina, you hate Shayna, but
I do, but I did. I was like, okay, y'all, y'all run it to the mill now. I don't like Shayna Baszler. I really do not like her. She's overrated. But I was like, does she really need to lose to Dana Brooke? Okay. Does she need to like come on? And again, it was another roll up, and I'm just like, y'all were just rolling up pins all night. I didn't understand what was happening with all the roll ups, but I don't know. It was just weird. It's weird for how dominant she's supposed to be, and then Dana Brooke is beating her. It's insane to me. It's insane. I just feel like if Mandy didn't get beat up, would Mandy have won the match too? Like if she didn't get beat up before the match, like that was just the vibe I got. Like they would have let either one of them win tonight.
I know. It was just so like, I don't know. I was like, yo, they doing Shayna all kinds of dirty last week. I'm like, I'm okay with you winning the Royal Rumble. I don't have any feelings towards this. And this week it's, oh yeah, I just got okey doked by Dana fucking Brooke. The same goddamn way I got beat by Asuka, by I think Ember Moon, by
You think
Harvey Wimbledon 2 weeks ago, like whatever. Like, it's ridiculous now. Like Shayna looks like a clown. Like might as well put like clown makeup on her and give her a fucking clown.
You know who else looks like a clown? Lana.
You know,
but unfortunately, what I think is going to happen is that they're selling this injury so well is that Lana is not going to come back until the Royal Rumble match, come in and win.
You know, David, I want to school you on something real quick. If Lana's career were to end today,
she's not a legend. She's not a legend. I don't want to get into this. She's not a legend.
WWE legend. Lana is memorable for two things right now. This year, she'll be known for three when she wins the Raw Women's title. She's known for the Smashley wedding. And the table
manager, golf manager. You know what? Yeah, I could establish her as more of a legend than Alicia Fox. I will say she's done a lot more than Alicia Fox. A lot more for this business than Alicia Fox. Sorry, I take back everything I said about Lana. Lana can be a legend. Yes,
Lana.
Alicia Fox. No, fuck.
You're out of your mind. Lana.
I'm not out of my mind.
Lana would be a WWE legend as long as Miro doesn't fuck it up for her. What's rule number 2? Stay in good standing. And Lana's good as long as Miro shuts the fuck up and does not keep burying WWE.
True.
All right, guys. I think that's a good time for a break, right? Right, Gorilla? Right, Chris? I don't think Chris is paying attention to the show anymore. Oh, yes. Oh, now he's nodding.
What do you mean? Fuck me. I said Lana's a legend. Okay. Play the commercial. God damn.
And then he's facing Angelico, who's accompanied by Jack Evans.
H2O.
Yeah, and no, it's the Hybrid 2, not H2O.
Oh.
I called them H2H for month, as I said earlier. So it's not just.
But don't H2O sound like this really cool 2000 boy band? Because don't you do that for Retribution? They did the Backstreet Boys. Wouldn't H2O be like UFO was? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I lost myself in that.
No, that song will do it to you. No, that song will do it. Because I was going to say, am I the only one? Yeah. Am I something to yeah.
Okay. We now we know our karaoke.
Shayna interferes and puts Charlotte in the Karafuda clutch after Charlotte puts Nia in the figure 4 leg lock, and we're about to begin the Karafuda clutch.
I thought it was Karakuda clutch.
What's that again?
I thought it was the Karakuda clutch.
Go again?
Why are you zooming in on me?
Can you spell that for me? Spell it. Karakuda. Go ahead.
Karakuda. Karakuda clutch.
Karakuda like Barracuda. Yes, it's Kirafuda. I believe it's Kirafuda. Kirafuda clutch.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Mr. Spelling Bee champion over here.
No, it's all right. It's all right, David. You're only just a co-host of a wrestling show.
You know, it's so funny because when Chris was or whoever made this commercial was trying to go along with how I was spelling it out, actually messed it up as well. So I don't know where you guys learned your spelling from, but you guys need to fix that.
You learned
That's actually funny. That was funny. And I appreciate the whole Backstreet Boys, because even though they were singing terribly, because that was terrible. But,
Yeah.
but like I cringed on the inside. I cringed at how terrible that sounded. But they're the best boy band of all time, so I'll let it pass. Let it pass.
I hear you. Do you guys think that we should sing on this song just like they
No singing on Raw Review. God
No?
damn. Turn it into Jeff 2.0.
I just asked the question, like, what if we were to sing?
If we were to sing, we're not singing. We're not singing at all.
Oh.
God damn.
You know,
I was like, can we sing this? Can we sing that on NXT AEW? No.
I like George points out the obvious. You're losing viewers with that cringe Backstreet.
Listen here, George. Okay, because George always with the shenanigans, but I got to keep telling you, Raggedy Instinct fans, about how there will be no Instinct without BSB. I don't want to get in that rap because I'm about to drop facts. I'm going to do that. Okay? We lost viewers because of how terrible people were singing, and then people didn't know how to spell Shayna Baszler's finisher move. That's why we lost viewers. Don't blame BSB for that. Don't do that. Okay?
That's because of David.
If anybody lose viewers, it'll go down to
because of
0
me.
and Lance Bass waste space in a group. That's when you'll lose. You go down to 0. They'll just cut the show off and stop watching. Even
I like that George said something that pissed you off about Backstreet Boys, and then he's trying to regain your favor by saying that you and I are great at karaoke.
No, I did do the karaoke with Ron, and I was pretty decent. So,
oh, Daniel, I'm going to test this out right now. So let's talk about AEW real quick. I just want to make one clear point, and I want to talk about Jon Moxley for a second. Can I rant on Jon Moxley for a minute? So
this is Raw, not 8.
No, I hear you. Just this is a 5. Just give me 2 minutes. All I ask is that. So Jon Moxley, right? This guy hasn't shown up in 3 or 4 weeks. He finally shows up on AEW this past Wednesday night when decap. Don't happen. I got a lot of hand motions. This guy doesn't show up for 3-4 fucking weeks after he loses his title, but that's just coincidental. The real reason that you haven't seen Jon Moxley on the TV screen is because he's in hiding. Why is Jon Moxley in hiding, you ask? Because Renee's pregnant. That's the reason. He's a deadbeat. He's leaving. He left Renee. There's no pictures of them together. He's not even hanging out with her. He's probably somewhere in Nicaragua. He's absconded.
What the fuck?
Jon Moxley is absconded with this fucking with the this New Japan United States title. He's somewhere in Nicaragua with it. You saw Wrestle Kingdom, right, Katrina? John Moxley was he in Tokyo? No, he was in a video package. My man is running scared from fatherhood and Penta. Jon Moxley is a big ass punk. There you go.
Decap ran over.
Rant is over. I'm telling you right now.
Imagine you say running from fatherhood.
Oh
my God.
Jon Moxley is running from fatherhood. He's running from Kenta. He's running from responsibility. This guy is the world's worst champion. This guy, he's done nothing with this goddamn United States. Tell me I'm wrong. What's his face? Daniel, you watch AEW and you seem to be a New Japan mark. Tell me if he's not the worst United States New Japan champion. This guy, look,
we got off that so long ago.
Katrina, correct me if I'm wrong, but he lost the first title, the first reign of United States champion. He lost it to a fucking typhoon because the motherfucker was too scared to get on a goddamn plane. But Lance Archer got on the fucking plane and went to Tokyo and did his fucking job. Jon Moxley was the only guy that, there's a wave, a big wave. I'm scared. I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker is in Nicaragua somewhere. He's hiding from Renee. Rant over. Thank you. Jon Moxley's ass. All right, guys. You're watching. If this is not the AEW review, this is the Monday Night Raw review. I'm Big Daddy Cool. Welcome, everybody. This is Unpopular Review, and I'm joined by Katrina Storm, and the technician. I'm surprised that David is still awake. It is now almost 1 o'clock. Let's finish up this show. The only match that we need to talk about is Hurt Business versus Lucha House Party. Shelton gets pinned by yet another roll-up. And MVP is pissed at the end of this match. Rightfully so. His entire fucking squad lost tonight. Lashley lost. And you'd be pissed too if you lost to Lindsay Dorado. At this point, like, was anybody else hoping like they'd run up on Hogan and like beat the shit out of him just to like get, back some favor?
I mean, I saw the references on Twitter all evening, had me laughing. Black wrestling Twitter is always amazing with jerks. They should have just beat him up on principle. Just like, we lost to like the Lucha House Party, Matt Riddle won in a fluke win. Let's just beat up Hope. It's fine. I would have been perfectly fine with that.
Shit.
I would have
died laughing.
This would have been a great backstage segment. Probably the best moment of 2021. I'm like, yes! But yeah.
I would have died laughing, Katrina, if MVP leaves announce booth and he's all like, "Yo, I'm sick of this week being clown tonight," and they run into Hogan and Jimmy Hart and just like fucking like pound the mud out of these fucking dudes like Hogan and be like, "We're not losing a Lucha House Party. Fuck you guys." Oh my God, I would have fucking died. But they would have never done Hogan like that.
They should.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's. I asked you this question earlier. I gotta be brave. I gotta ask this question again. If the Hurt Business stomps a mud hole into Hulk Hogan, and they leave him like a bloody fucking mess, is that enough to be like, all right, Hogan paid his dues?
No. That would just be like, there was this thing when it was like, Randy should just RKO him since he's supposed to be a legend. And I was hoping, I was like, listen, I retweeted that just to say I will be clapping with glee if he did that. I'll be so happy. Like, thank you, Randy. Thank you for doing the world a service. Thank you. Okay, we're perfectly fine with that. But no, instead he had the mess with Jeff Hardy and shenanigans. But
Oh my
no,
God.
Hulk Hogan needs all. I feel like if he was a more apologetic about stuff, I might be okay. But okay, maybe you're trying to be a better person, but bro is just delusional. He's just like, oh, the people don't like me. Like, dude, so this okay, we're gonna just act like the young people don't like you because they don't like you. Like, no, they're a little smarter than some of the older people who watch wrestling, who like want to hold on to your brother and nostalgia instead of like, dude said some messed up stuff. So not enough for me personally.
I hear you. I don't think there's anything that'll be enough to like get Hulk Hogan in the good graces ever again. Like this dude should just be done and stop showing up. That's Monday Night Raw, everybody. I think we covered everything. So let's get to our top 5, and then Katrina can give us a quick rundown of
Yeah, Steven, you're gonna kill me. I forgot my top 5. I'm sorry. I forgot.
we have only a few jobs here. This is the UPR Raw Review Show. I don't understand how difficult this is, buddy.
Yeah, I am very sorry. I forgot my top 5. But if Kat has her top 5, she can go ahead.
do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, do it. Man, you had a cool intro for it and everything too. Oh shit.
You know what was blowing up was David, because he completely bombed that fucking segment. I like that we come prepared and you come.
Listen, bro, this is. If you ever saw me in my high school days, oh god, I was so much worse. I was so unprepared.
My man, you are 19. Your high school days was like what, yesterday?
I am 20 actually.
Motherfucker, holy shit.
Well, I do have my 5.
Thank you, Katrina, for coming prepared. But before we go to you, I just want guys just make up a top 5 for David. I want to see in the chat. I want to see who people already think. Write down David's top 5. Just give him. You know it's going to be Ricochet. It's 5 guys named Ricochet.
No, it's not going to be Ricochet because Ricochet only made a brief appearance on TV tonight. Didn't even really do much.
So please make sure that you write down your top 5.
Fuck you, Vic. Laziness.
What do you think is David's top 5? Katrina, hit us with your top 5. Go ahead.
So my top 5 in no particular order. Roman Reigns. The match with him and Kevin Owens was amazing. I'll say Kevin Owens because he took a bit of a fall. And I was like, God damn, Kevin. God damn. And because I did watch Wrestle Kingdom Night 1, I have to put 3 of my New Japan people. So Okada, Naito, and Kota Ibushi. Kota freaking Ibushi. It was fucking, that whole match was amazing. Okada was looking amazing. Drip, 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 like the king that he is. And it was a freaking amazing match. So those are my top 5 for the week. I feel like if I didn't watch Wrestle Kingdom Night 1, I might have changed. But after watching, I was just like, yeah. Gotta throw my New Japan guys up in my list this week.
Very good. That's a good pick. Those were all good picks. I actually have Ibushi on my list too because, I mean, he really killed it, man. Like literally almost killed it. Like, did you see that Hurricane Rana that he did? Like, who was the guy that he was facing? I forget. Look up fucking names. It's like Lucha House Party to me. Like, I don't fucking know.
Okada was going against Will Ospreay.
No, Ibushi. Sorry.
Oh,
Naito. Right. Thank you.
Great match, man. Great match.
Let's see. Elvis is saying his top 5 is Cody, Britt Baker, Randy, Peyton Royce, and Goldberg.
Your voice name correctly. Since it's Peyton.
Elvis, you really had the balls to put Goldberg number 1? Like, what are you trying to get people to fucking hate you?
I'm just, you know what? It's fine. Like, I feel.
That's fucked up, man. Oh, MJ is here. What's going on, MJ? Hello, MJ is new to the show. What's up, man? Make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe to Unpopular Review, buddy. We're trying to make some laughs here. You joined us late in the show. You missed all of the Raw review, but you can always run it back and watch it. Lots of laughs, lots of good time. We fought about Alicia Fox being a legend
Not being a legend.
and why we hate Goldberg. So yeah, in my top 5, I had number 5. I had Kenta. Right, Kenta won at Wrestle Kingdom the New Japan equivalent of the Money in the Bank briefcase. I wish I uploaded this picture because this briefcase looks so fucking bootleg. Like, did they just like?
It does. It's so bad.
Did you like he could have just went over? Like, did they go to like a dollar store and were like, let's get some decals and put it on this shitty briefcase? Like, it looked, compared to the Money in the Bank briefcase, right. This thing looked like shit. Like, I'm pretty sure I could make a better Money in the Bank briefcase. If you had the Money in the Bank lunchbox, it would be a better look than this fucking thing.
I'm gonna have to agree, definitely.
But still, Kenta is my number 5 because I'm guaranteeing you right now that he's gonna beat the living tar out of Moxley. That is, if Moxley has enough balls to show up, because, like I said, the man is in hiding.
Okay.
At this rate, any one of us could be the father. We're just going to be the adopted father of this child because, I mean, he ain't around. So, at number 4, I've got Keith Lee. He put in a good show tonight. I thought Keith Lee did a nice job. And again, Keith Lee is not buried. In case you're asking if Keith Lee is buried, he's not buried. He's number 4 in the top 5 wrestlers of the week. Number 3, I put in Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre had a good win tonight. Ibushi, I have at number 2, again, because he's now double champion. And at number 1, I have, drum roll please, Goldberg.
What? After all the shit you said about Goldberg, and you put him at number fucking 1. Fuck
right.
you. Fuck you.
That's right.
Fuck you and everything you believe.
Clifton Brown is here. What's up, Clifton? Clifton says his top 5 is Melina, Hulk Hogan, Tori Wilson, Kevin Owens, and Riddle. That's a good top 5.
Okay.
Popular Review says Miz, Roman, Mella, Keith Lee, and Billy Kay. I'm still not seeing David's top 5.
I think this is supposed to be meant for me. I'm not really sure.
No, because none of these have Ricochet. You know that you would put Ricochet. Chanel is here. What's up, Chanel?
Why would I put Ricochet? Why would I put Ricochet? Ricochet made a 2-second backstage appearance tonight at Raw.
David,
why would I put Ricochet? No. Hold. So I don't get why you guys can't get this through your thick skulls that my obsession with Ricochet does not go that deep. Okay, Ricochet made a 2-second TV appearance, and you guys are like, Ricochet. What have I said about Ricochet tonight? Nothing! Absolutely fucking nothing! So stop!
You're right. And before I apologize, I just want to ask Katrina a question. Katrina, you were here for last week's show. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't David put people that lost in his top 5?
Yep.
Oh, no, you're trying to reference Ricochet in my top 5 last week. It's because of the whole feud with Retribution.
Katrina, what's better? You doing nothing backstage and talking to Mark Henry, or you losing a match?
I would probably go with the segment.
Right? Not losing would be better, right? So in reality, if you're using logic, Ricochet should be on his top 5 if he didn't lose a match tonight, but yet last week when he lost a match, he was on the list.
Okay, so here we go. Elvis literally took almost every wrestler from Raw tonight and Sammy Guevara for whatever reason. and in the top 5. So I'm going to try to do this. Okay, so thank you, George. Here we go. This is my top 5 of the week. Number 5, Matt Riddle. Okay, so Matt Riddle had a pretty entertaining segment on Raw tonight, trying to hype him up. Keith Lee for his WWE Championship match. Keith Lee really didn't seem like he wanted Riddle there. He was just like, okay, yeah, whatever. See you later. Goodbye. And then we got that match against wow, I am horrible. We had we had Riddle take on Bobby Lashley. Of course, it wasn't for the United States Championship. I am so glad that they are finally coming to their senses on that because, if you had the United States Championship, on the line, then it would just ruin the whole thing. So yeah, Matt Riddle looking strong as always. Had the quick roll-up victory on Bobby Lashley. And yeah, that's number 5. Number 4, we have Hulk Hogan for whatever reason. Okay, Elvis. Hulk Hogan making a couple backstage appearances tonight. One of them, obviously, congratulating Drew McIntyre on his long-deserved and very long title run that he has had.
Are you just taking what Elvis wrote and making it your top 5, or is this like your legit top 5?
No, I'm just making it my top 5.
Oh, okay, go ahead. So you're just copying whatever else.
Yeah, this is not my legit top 5. I would not put Hulk Hogan in my top 5. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I missed the beginning of Raw. I heard he came out and cut a generic promo. That's what one of my friends told me. Thank you, Victor. Yeah, Hulk Hogan, I don't even know why is in the top 5, but that's that. Number 3 is Omos. I sort of have to somewhat agree. I think he should have been number 5. Yeah, Omos kicked the shit out of that guitar tonight, and yeah, Omos. What? Okay, you know what? Do you want me to just scrap this because Chris is rushing me? So, I'm just gonna wrap this. Whatever.
No, but hold up. Before you get to that, can you explain why you would pick Sammy at number 1?
I didn't pick Sammy at number 1.
You didn't make any of these.
Did.
You didn't make any of these picks, and you were still selling them. So go ahead, sell me on why Sammy Guevara is number 1. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to do that because I don't watch AEW, and then it's just going to be another ramble. No. So Drew McIntyre. Okay, I'll say Drew McIntyre is Drew McIntyre. Retained the WWE title tonight. Looked strong while doing so. Got praise from Hulk Hogan. That's fine. Thank you, Elvis. What the fuck?
I'm gonna read Chanel's top 5. That's number 1, Keith Lee. Number 2, Drew McIntyre. Number 3, Kevin Owens. Number 4, Kenta. Number 5, Okada. Who else do we got here? I want to Dylan. George says David's top 5 is Dylan, and Dylan.
Dylon. Spits hot fire.
Agreed. I know that reference, but let's be real. He's probably picking Dylan 5 times.
No. Hold on. If you're talking about the waitress I had yesterday, Dylan. I had another waitress. I had a waitress yesterday named Dylan.
That was a making the band reference. That's what that was.
A band reference. I'm talking about a waitress. Are there waitresses in band? No. What the fuck?
No, what are you talking about? The Dylan I was talking about, the one that George referenced, is a Making the Band episode with P. Diddy. That's what he's talking about.
He's too young. He doesn't know. He was like 6 when that
It has nothing to do with Dylan or your waitress or anything.
She was. Dylan at Twin Peaks, if you're watching this. Okay.
What if you had to come on to the waitress, what would your come on be?
I don't know. What the...
Hey baby, you got some gravy with them fries? You got what do you got? Nothing? No? What's Chris teaching you over there? Nothing? Let's get technical.
Okay.
Then she's gonna call the cops.
David is on culture. How am I on culture? When did this show come out? What did the show come out? What year?
Let's keep moving back to the wrestling. Let's try to wrap this up. Victor Nash says Brody Lee Jr. number 1, Roman Reigns 2, Kevin Owens 3, 4, Drew McIntyre 5, the Mad Dogs, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. That's a good pick, that number 5. Before we move on to Daniel's pick, Victor Nash put Brody Lee, and I see Daniel pick Brody Lee Jr. as well. That's a good pick. I mean, there was video of him beating up the NXT champion, which I vehemently disagree with. It's unfortunate that the best NXT champion had to be seen at an AEW hotel jobbing out to a child.
Jobbing out.
But, I'm called the asshole if I say that. Speaking of which, what I'm about to say is probably going to be worse. The 1-week moratorium on respecting the dead is over. His top 5 is number 1, Brody Lee. You picked a dead dude as number 1. He didn't do anything. Yeah, I know I'm a dick. Brody Lee Jr., Okada, Kenta, and Roman. Chris is like, oh fuck. Now, I think we just got another angry emoji. If you,
Oh, man.
yeah, man. So that's how I feel. Listen, can I go on another rant? I got another rant in me. Listen, I know that
You got rant time.
Brody meant a lot to a lot of people. I understand. He was a cool dude. He was a good wrestler. He's, probably a WWE legend by the accounts that we've established today. But honestly, 2 points. One, if I've got to see any other motherfucker post, it's Monday, you know what that means. It's Tuesday, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I know what fucking day it is. I've got a goddamn calendar. I got a fucking watch tells me what fucking day it is. I know what fucking day it is. So it's already been a week. I don't need to fucking know. It's Tuesday. Thank you. Shut the fuck up, George. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about what day it is.
Happy
I know
Tuesday.
it's Tuesday. When we started this fucking show, it was Monday. Guess what? I know it's Monday.
Guess what? What are
Today's
you, really?
Tuesday. I'm trying to fucking wrap it up if you wouldn't stop. Number two. I posted this in a wrestling group and I got a lot of flack for this. Everybody was like, you're making fun of the dead. I'm not making fun of the dead. I'm not picking on a good man.
Who put this? Chris, you asshole.
Listen, I'm not picking on this guy, Brody.
Oh,
Lee.
man.
But what I want you guys to understand is AEW is a company, and they did a phenomenal job with this Brody Lee tribute. Beautiful. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Everybody loved it. Almost 1 million people watched it. And I'm not even going to joke around with the fact that it took somebody dying on AEW's roster to them almost get 1 million, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to say is they have this child. The poor child lost his father. And if you recall, several months ago when they first debuted this TNT title, everybody was like, this shit is awful. It looks like trash. It looks like the 24/7 title. And now apparently everybody's, it's so touching that they gave him the title. I agree. It's touching. Except for this moment. They fucking were going to give this boy a title. His father's title. If it would stop right there, it'd be fucking phenomenal. But it didn't stop right there. This belt that they highly criticized as trash, the 24/7 lookalike of AEW, they gave this title to the boy. And then they got the balls to be like, we're going to debut a new sexy title, a new TNT title. So take our trash, Brody Lee Jr. We got a new title. How fucking dare them? How dare AEW to just be like, we got a new title, but we're not going to give the new title to Brody Lee Jr. We're going to give the old title to Brody Lee Jr. We're going to keep the new title for ourselves. Like, wouldn't it be nicer to just be like, let's have this title. We're going to have a brand new title, and we're going to commemorate it by giving it to Brody Lee Jr. Wouldn't that have been a nicer thing to do? Huh? AEW? I'm talking to you, AEW? I'm talking to you, buddy? That's all. That's all I got.
Okay.
You can direct all the hate tweets to @BigDaddyCool, and I will respond to all of them. And yeah, that's all I have to say is I think a week passed, and that's it. The ESPN banner at the bottom of the screen. These are the comments of me and me alone. And yeah, that's all I have to say is
You better watch it, Steven. You're going to be seeing people like this in the tweets tomorrow.
oh yeah, don't worry. I will. It's okay. Send my at me and make sure you follow me. That's pretty much everybody right now. Victor gave him the old title because that's the title his dad won. I agree. But Victor, if that was the story, That'd be phenomenal. It'd be heartwarming. But that's not what they did. Then they said, we're gonna make a new title, a sexier title. That's like if I have a girlfriend and I dump the girlfriend for a hotter girlfriend and be like, David, take my old girlfriend. I've got a hotter girlfriend. That's
what
exactly
the fuck?
what they fucking did.
Damien. Steve, it's your turn. Listen, know what that means, motherfuckers.
You know what? I've had a change of heart. If you're going to send me hate tweets, don't send them to me. Direct them at yourselves. Especially if you start every fucking day with, it's blank day. You know what that means. You guys drove me to this. If
yeah, Daniel Miller, people like Daniel Miller did
goddamn day for the last week and a half, I wouldn't be pissed off.
Yeah, people like Daniel Miller fucking do this to you.
I don't hate AEW. I just hate Moxley. I like Kenny Omega. I picked Kenny Omega multiple times in my show. Look, Kenny Omega was on my top 5 list multiple times.
Steven,
He's a horrible tag team partner.
Is there anything else you guys want to get into before we wrap things up?
Chris, mission accomplished. You can send me a shot later, buddy. Guys, you're watching Unpopular Review. Thank you for watching. My views are mine alone. I might edit this out. I might not. Probably not. Because Daniel, chef's kiss, buddy.
What the
I love you. Keep watching. Keep tuning in. Keep subscribing.
Right.
Anybody got anything else?
No. Actually, yes. We have to plug all of our shows for this coming week. So it's up to you if you want to do that, or I can do that.
Go ahead. You go ahead. I've ranted for like the last 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So, you know what? You do it. You know the movie reviews. So you go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Do we have any graphics for them?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Chris never tells me what
Anyways,
movie reviews we're doing for this coming week.
Sorry. Let's reset. So we've got a lot of shows coming up this week on a popular review, and we don't only just do wrestling reviews, we do movie reviews. And tomorrow, I think we're going to do Lean on Me. Am I correct on that? No, we're not doing Lean on Me. Chris is telling me that that's a no. We're doing X-Men. It's a great story of people being secluded and segregated against and treated indifferently because they're mutants. But it's a tale as old as time. You can take mutants to mean a lot of different things. Go do a wiki search and learn what each that means to people in the 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s. Here's a quick commercial.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now seeing the beginnings of another stage of human evolution.
The truth is that mutants are very real, and they are among us.
Among Us? Like the video game?
I can probably guarantee you that Daniel's going to watch that movie and be like, you know what? The mutants are AEW because they're always persecuted. That's what his takeaway is going to be. So, yeah, they're going to do X-Men. And then we've got on Wednesday, we've got Daniel's favorite show, the AEW NXT review, where there will be more Backstreet Boys singing and more stuff to talk about. I think AEW's got a night one of New Year's Spectacular, and NXT has a New Year's Eve special. Who is it? Is it Karrion Kross versus Damian Priest and Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Good. I see you're excited about that. Are you going to be there at the what do they call it? The Capitol Wrestling Center?
God, don't rub it in. No, I'm not going to be there. I'm pissed.
Oh, what's the matter? They don't invite you? You're always on the commercial. If you watch the NXT commercial,
I know. I'm always on it. Yeah, they liked it so much. They're like, we never want you back again. I don't know. I haven't been back in like 3 weeks.
Copy. They probably have a picture of you saying, "Don't let this guy in." Daniel Miller asks, "Did it scare you when AEW signed Brody Lee Jr.?" Absolutely, it's completely scared me. I was so scared that why would I be scared? I don't care. I think it's touching. I think it's great. They pained that guy. Great. What's your top 5 Backstreet Boys songs?
What? That's so random. I can't because I have more than top 5. I can't. That's too much.
George,
out in like a second.
In George's defense, George has nothing to do. He's like in quarantine. So George, you guys can argue about that and we'll post it up. What about predictions of the? Listen, this show's gone long enough, man. I'm tired. I'm about to throw another rant.
Yeah.
When earlier in the show, about like almost 2 hours ago, when I said, "Hey, this show's going to end right when Wrestle Kingdom wins," you thought I was joking.
Is Wrestle Kingdom on right now?
Oh, it's about to start.
It
like
comes on at 2, I believe.
About to start watching Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. So tune into that. It's Unpopular Review live stream of Wrestle Kingdom. David's going to be here half asleep.
Shut the fuck up.
Enjoy that too. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. And don't forget that on so Wednesday we've got a show. Thursday we got a show. What movie do we have on Thursday, Chris? Hit me up with that. He's pointing at me, pointing at you, pointing.
Is that lean on me? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's lean on me.
Lean on me. That's right. That's Joe Clark. Joe Clark was the best principal ever on TV on a movie. So great job.
Then Friday we have Friday Night SmackDown review hosted by the executive consultant Chris Harris and Dylan Kaplan. And then I think that's it for this week.
You're absolutely right. Tune into SmackDown on Friday, and that's it. Any final thoughts, Katrina? Are we still friends because I said inappropriate shit? I don't really.
Oh man.
That
was me earlier complaining about Goldberg. That was me earlier.
Yeah, guys, make sure to go subscribe to In Cat We Trust on YouTube. Katrina interviews wrestlers, makes a lot of wrestling content, so make sure to go check her out. Show lots of love and support for her. Katrina, thank you so much for coming to Raw Review once again. We really appreciate you coming on here. So.
That's right. Damian has a good idea. They should remake Lean on Me, but have Leon Ruff in it and call it Leon on Me. That's a good one. It's 1:00. I'm not even drunk. I'm just tired. So we're here now.
Oh, who's tired now?
This is Unpopular. I'm still spitting out jokes. I'm delirious, but I'm still here, bro. I've still got more energy than you. Very good, guys. All right, that's the show. Thanks for coming. Please make sure if you like the show, please make sure you like and subscribe and share with your wrestling friends. And find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Guys, until next Monday night, adios.